He's a man that has, I think, some pickup games on the way. He's a man who appreciates a good standing desk. And I just think it's one of the reasons he's in great shape. Ashley, I give you a hard time, but I'm kind of inspired. I'll see you occasionally tweet about like some kind of, I don't know, exercise type thing or something. And I'm like, hey, I need to look into that. So I'm always out there looking. Of course, I'm looking for whatever I can do. Ooh, look at that, Ashley. Kevin has gotten some new graphics. Look at that.
Very nice.
That's beautiful right there below you. Ashley, welcome to the program. How are you today? What are you up to? Are you like on a treadmill as you're talking to us?
It's good to be on. Did a little Camp Gladiator today. My basketball game got canceled. Didn't get enough guys. 5:30 in the morning. Showed up. No one was there. So that was disappointing. But
oh, really?
Day. Yeah.
The hoops game, the guys did not show up. Okay. Yeah. Well, I tell you,
it's a lot of these LDS guys, man. I tell you what,
their chance. They had their chance to talk trash. It's going to get a little dated, Take it into next week.
Wow, the Mormons could have, talked a little bit. Ash, I was down there in very kind of Ashley Hodge like seats. In fact, our good mutual buddy James Perry, I had my daughter with me. And James kind of give me the, like, what are you doing down here, Mosley? I think it makes the front row guys a little nervous when I'm just kind of moving around down there. But thanks to one of my good buddies, I ended up down there on the floor. And now it is, Ashley, for people, and I hope everybody at some point gets a chance to be down there. But like when they play somebody like BYU with DeBonsa, and then of course everybody getting on Rob. That's really neat to be down there, isn't it? It's just because you really anywhere in that arena is honestly a great seat. Okay. Sure. But when you're down there kind of court level, the level of athleticism and seeing somebody like even just the level of physicality is kind of unreal. And then to get to see even Tunde up that close, it's like, I think we maybe when you do that, you even appreciate the players even more, don't you?
Yes. I don't know if the level of physicality was anything special. We sure didn't put number one on his butt like I was hoping we would. But
that's a fair point.
To your point though, I mean, DeBance is incredible. Reminds me a lot of Kevin Durant. We both saw him come through the Farrell Center, and he's just deadly in the mid-range, long wingspan. Obviously Tunde played great. Camp Carr played great. Rob, really took it to his former team. Saw his dad behind the bench with his Mosley style sunglasses. He was yamming it up. He had a good time after the game, I'm sure. But it was disappointing. Another opportunity tomorrow, right? Louisville, big opportunity in Fort Worth, Dickies Arena.
Is that what we call them, opportunities at this point?
That's right.
Are you now this is good because you have you're a man that can kind of function in any community, but you still call the Metroplex home. It's a little bit sad that they're so down, right? Because like that could have been a really fun crowd, and Dickies and the Bears go in there and kind of take that over. I think guys to your level of fandom will still show up and support the Bears. Again, I don't know what Louisville's fan base is like around here. I'd have to think a fair amount of Louisville people might show up. It's been a great program over the years. They obviously have some great history. Ashley, again, it's hard for me to talk in context of can they somehow make the tournament. I think that's kind of foolish to do. But like you say, at least we've lowered the bar so much that like being competitive feels kind of nice, doesn't it? I'm just saying it's been pretty bad this season.
They're as bad as it's been. They are getting better. They're obviously 3-point loss at Iowa State. You're just so disappointed you can't win a big home game. What are we, 1-5 in Big 12 play at home? That's pretty sad. Good competition. We've obviously played a lot of good teams. TCU is the one that's a head scratcher. You should have won that one. But I think this is an opportunity to right the ship. I mean, it's it's a long shot to make the tournament. You never know. But if you could win this game, and if you could sweep next week, you got two opponents that I think you'll be favored in both of those games. Kansas State, I saw they're announcing bag night. I think you sent me that tweet. Jerome Tang said in his post-game presser, "Hey, if I was a fan, I'd put a bag over my head too." So they've embraced that. For Baylor, they're going to have bag night, I guess. But that should be in one of the easier road environments we have all year. And then Arizona State, at home, as a team you should beat. So, hey, if you beat Louisville, you go on a 3-game winning streak, and then you got Arizona. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to beat Arizona. I was trying to set it up, but I couldn't say it with a straight face.
We're back to that time when we used to go to the Farrell, right, to see the opposing players back in the day. You get to see certain people in person. What about this Jerome thing? Is like, that's messy, and Jerome's in a bad way, and I think he's got a big buyout. They don't want to fire him probably, but they may have to. Would you, in your mind, that's what I was saying yesterday. I'm like, listen, as bad as this has been at Kansas State, we still love him. Baylor people still love him. I think Scott has lost too many coaches over the last several years. I mean, it's not even a slow drip. It's been kind of a fast. I mean, Jacobs and AB at the same time. Nunes disappears this year. I mean, so many long-term. He's been able to keep a lot of guys for a good while, and then they all started leaving. And even the one guy brought in left him immediately, Link Academy guy, to go to Bill Armstrong, to go to McNeese State. So the staff, which has been so solid for years and a great coaching tree, there's just been a ton of turnover. And I don't know how much to blame any of this on that. Do you think Scott, if Jerome gets fired, which obviously there has to be a great possibility of that, would Scott immediately hire him or try to hire him and bring him back, do you think?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I don't see he and Sanchez, coexisting well. I mean, Ron's an easy guy to get along with. It's not egos or anything. I mean, it's just you brought Sanchez in to run the defense. I mean, I just think, that's what you would want Jerome for. Scott's always been, kind of the main guy in charge of the offense. Jacobs was as well when he was here, but, now he's got Henson in that role. I just see Jerome, being the guy on defense if he comes back. But you've already got Ron Sanchez in that role, and he's a senior guy, was with Tony Bennett a long time. I think it's just too early to dismiss his pedigree. I think if he had the right athletes and the right personnel, he could be really impactful on the defensive end. You've seen improvements, not in the BYU game, but West Virginia. West Virginia was good. No one scores 100 on Baylor. Nobody. TCU couldn't get there. BYU couldn't get there. It's just not going to happen. Not on this watch. But it's to your point. I think it would be an either or. I think if Sanchez moved on, then Tang would make sense. But if Sanchez stays, I just don't see that as a real viable possibility. Okay,
and then as we look ahead from a personnel standpoint, they've got to make some changes, and two huge whiffs. Poor Ratai. I mean, you see him over there. He seems like such a likable guy, and he comes out, and it's just like every time he's getting ready to shoot. I had a kid next to me saying something like, "You got to shoot that." And I looked over and I'm like, "No, do not encourage him to shoot that." And, you every once in a while, you'll see him go for a rebound, and you can kind of see the makings like of an athletic big dude. And yet, again, I was told that somebody was saying something about how we've got our next Jeremy Sohan. And he's so far from that. It's just like anybody who thought that or had that belief, you got to question their acumen. You got to question their ability to look at that. So what I would ask you is, what is the process, do you think? Like, do you think the GM, which in this case I believe is a guy named Jason Smith, do you believe in the portal analysis or evaluation that person kind of looks at a bunch of people and then kind of brings that to the staff? Because, again, part of what Doug McNamee, because you and the donors are not going to keep putting money out there if they keep whiffing. Like, you can't, it's just not, even very rich people hate doing that.
Yeah.
And whoever helped put the money up for Retire, which had to be somewhere in the $1 million range or more, has to be sitting there like, what in the world did we do? Yeah. How do you approach this?
Yeah, no, I mean, they've got to take a hard look at that. I mean, it's, Scott Drew's got to take responsibility for his roster. I mean, he's the coach. It's not like football. You don't have 85 guys to worry about. You got 12, 13 scholarship guys, a couple, extra roster spots. So I think, I bet it's going to be, I don't really know if Jason was given, full authority to build the roster or not, but I would say that that's not going to be the case going forward. It's going to be more of a team approach, that the staff and Scott Drew will make sure they get the guys that they want, a lot of accountability on how to build this next roster. I expect they will definitely make point guard a priority. I think you mentioned it. Elliot Cadeau is a guy that I think they could have had Rob Wright hit the portal early in the process, and he was, there was some murmurings that, his dad, of course, was shopping it early, and if he had hit the portal, we'd probably have Elliot Cadeau, and the team would look a lot different. He's doing a great job at Michigan. Number 1, 2, or 3 team in the nation. I don't look at college basketball stats anymore this year. It's just no fun. So they're going to go get a point guard. I know that's going to be a major priority. And I certainly think they'll probably try to make a strong case to try to get Cam Carr back if that's possible. I think Tunde's gone. I think he showed the other day that he's going to be highly valued. But Cam could be a guy that's like, because of his strength, has to get stronger. Could be a late first, early second round. And, you'd have to pay him really well to keep him. But, I mean, you make him the marquee guy next year. You bring in a great point guard. You build around those two pieces. I mean, it could look really good. I mean, you could, certainly make a run at a Big 12 title and a national championship if you get the right pieces in place. And, Scott knows what he's doing. It's been a few years of disappointing results, but I think this will light a fire under him and everyone on the staff to try to get back to what we saw 4 years ago. Yeah,
you're right. But the Kentucky thing, that took all our attention away from that class a little bit. And we thought, well, hey, now they got Roach. And I mean, it's like when they brought him in, we were kind of like, this is an interesting group.
Right.
But they learned some hard lessons from that.
For sure.
And then I was thinking the other night watching Rob, okay, I got to get your heart out here. I was just kind of thinking about Rob's production. And again, I'm with you. The dad's a joke, and I hate that this happened. But he is a great player, and he's even better when you put DeBonsa and some people around him that can. And he's finishing better than he did. He was good at Baylor, but he's just his strength. You're talking about Carr getting stronger. It's like Rob got stronger, and he's just even when they blocked his shot, what did he do? He went right back up, and he handled all that beautifully. I mean, I'm sure you did the same thing. I tried to think of Tunde and Carr with Rob. I mean, whatever they put around them, team's at least getting to the tournament.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I think there's no question. And I think Obi would be a different player with Rob as the point guard as well. I mean, we'd probably be bad defensively. I mean, Rob's a terrible defender. I mean, Baylor attacked him nonstop and got whatever they want when they were attacking him. But offensively, we'd be much, much better. We'd probably look a lot like BYU, because BYU is a bad defensive team. And, it'd probably look a lot like BYU does on the offensive end. But I don't think that would be good enough to win a national championship. I wouldn't expect BYU to get past the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
But you never know. I mean, they might have a really hot shooting night and beat somebody that's better than them. But I think what you want is to build a team like Houston. I mean, you want to get guys that are just hard nosed, tough. Of course, you got to have the accountability and the intense coaching to go with it. But we've had that in the past. The Vitals and the Jonathans of the world and the Davions and the James Akinjos. You just need guys that are just built to play physical games. I mean, BYU, as good as they are offensively, they only scored 66 against Houston at home. There's a reason. Houston's you got to get to that kind of level athlete.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm not even gonna have time to ask you about what Olivia Miles did last night. That was, I think some of the football has in the basketball, and it's funny. It's I think it's good and bad. I find myself being kind of emotional, and I did 30 minutes today to start the show, Ash, on the drop coverage that they're playing on Olivia Miles. I don't really dedicate that much, but I just could not. And again, it's kind of unfair because I think I'm taking my frustrations out on Baylor men's basketball on the women, and they're sitting there at 10-3 in the conference. But I just could not. I don't know how much you got to catch of that last night, but
I saw it. Yeah.
It was just unreal, wasn't it? Just please change something up.
Yeah, I know. She just had too many clean looks at the basket, and then once you get those clean looks early, now she didn't have a great first half, but in the second half, you're just letting her shoot open shots, and she's proven she can make them. I mean, you got to do something different, That was baffling. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Ash, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Okay, there he goes. Ashley Hodge.